laps for the Caltex M4 Intercontinental A. Three-final here today. And as they come around, Brendan May on the front row of the grid with Jamie Whincup beside him.
Neil McFadden's there in third, looking for a way through. No, it's the pulse card of Brendan May that's grabbed the lead early. Jamie Whincup, reigning Australian champion, second. And Walls grabbed third, just ahead of the Cosmic Card of Gurr.
They come out of the Coma Kink this time and down along Volvo Straight, and it's still Brendan May leading them at this stage. Jamie Whincup in second position. Behind him, as we lose vision on them for a second, they'll go out of our vision. They'll come back down into the Eastern Creek loop this time and back out through the Caltex M4Ss. No change with Brendan May leading them as they come out beside him, Jamie Whincup. Next one behind them is the 104 card, and that's Matthew Walls.
Behind them we've got a freight train of Queenslanders. Gilmore, Holdens, Brown. They're all fighting to get through on the pack.
Gurr in the 107 cart, and one of them's gone off into the wood chips as we speak here.
That's Matt Wall. That looks like an engine failure.
Oh, Barclay Holden moves up inside as they go across the top. Oh, and that's Gilmore from Queensland rides over the back of him.
Jamie Carter's just managed to nip through there for a better position. Here you've got McFadden's trying to creep through. Looks like Whincup's having a bit of trouble there. He's being hounded very hard by Alan Gurr.
Alan Gurr gets the inside pass on him as he comes into Eastern Creek Loop this time. Almost lifts the back wheel up. As he comes through, he exits that particular part of the track. He comes down through Caltex M4, the S's, and he's hard up onto the back of the 113 card of Jamie Whincup. As they work down into the top cart corner, he's picked it up.
He's grabbed the lead. That's a nice move by Gurr. He's been threatening that for the entire race. He's made the move on May.
Brendan May in second position says no way and takes it back off the end of the main straight this time. Gurr just touches down on the rock. They work around Eastern Creek Loop this time. In third position is Jamie Whincup. Behind him, Neil McFadden.
McFadden, the Australian junior champion. Whoa! Gurr's just grabbed a little bit too much grip there. Opened the door for May. When it's this close and this hot, you just don't do things like that. He won't make the same mistake twice.
Brendan May in the 1-2-3 card leading Alan Gurr in 107. As they come out this time up towards Recreation Hill. Alan Gurr on the inside and picks the lead up off the double apex corner.
Brendan May narrowly holding the lead over reigning Australian junior champion Neil McFadden, with the reigning Australian Intercontinental A champion Whincup in fourth. No, that's McFadden's taken second there.
McFadden out of Eastern Creek Loop this time, and they come through Caltex M4. They work their way through. Brendan May in second position. The 113 cut of Jamie Whincup behind him as they work up Recreation Hill in a moment or two. You'll see them. There they go. And as we work with them, Brendan May. And now we go back to Alan Gurr in 107. He comes down the hill. He negotiates PCR corner and he takes the checkered flag. Alan Gurr takes the win. Neil McFadden in second position. Third place going to Brendan May.
I'm Jack Brabham, and after the break there's going to be more exciting go-karting happening today.
They're Springfield's newest recruits. Home is setting sail on The Simpsons, 7:30 tonight on 10. How do you clean verticals?
No big deal with chicane.
How do you get rid of light between the slats?
No big deal with chicane.
How do you eliminate those messy weights and chains?
No big deal with chicane. Once you see it, you'll want it. For your big deal, call now.
501 555 515
Buy Levi's jeans at Just Jeans, you could win one of 4 Jeeps.
For over 400 years, my family has always made pasta on a Wednesday. It all started so long ago that no one can remember why we do it. But every Wednesday, we only eat fresh pasta. With a fresh taste of Latina pasta, you can always find a new and exciting way to serve it. So why don't you join the Medicis and make every Wednesday a Latina fresh pasta day? Of course, it doesn't mean that you can't have fresh pasta on other days.
Bridgestone tyre centres are rolling out tyres at amazing prices, like a huge range of Bridgestone Duelers from only $169, keeping you safer on or off the road this Easter. That's confidence with a capital B.
Welcome back to Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway for the 1999 Oceania Championships.
Roll-up laps for the Volvo Formula A pre-final.
On the pole, the Belgian Bruno Vroomen alongside 97 Australian champion David Clark.
Second row of the grid, Tony Valander from Finland. Beside him, Ryan Ladzinski.
And they're away. Vroomen's jumped to an early lead. And it looks like Valander and Ladzinski, the reigning Australian champion there in third, just ahead of Gary Dan.
As they come down the Volvo straight, Vroomen from Belgium leads them down with behind him Valander in second position. Third place, young Ladzinski. Then comes the South Australian, and of course that's Gary Dan. They come out of Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway Loop. They come in to Caltech's M4S's. And it's now, we can see him on screen. That is the South Australian, Gary Dan. In front of him, still Ryan Ladzinski. And a touch further back along the back straight still, Valander. Now Ladzinski in 55. They go round there. And as they come out this time, young Valander from Finland in the 70 cart, holding it all together, but just in front of him, the 63 cart from the young man from Belgium. And of course, I'm talking about Vroomen.
Bruno Vroomen's the round 2 winner of the European Karting Championships from 1998. Luke Hines, in fact, round 3 winner.
Valander and
not one, but two. What a move.
A great move as they come off the double apex corner at the top. They work right and left down to the bottom. They come in, they set themselves. PCR corner. And now onto the bottom corner. And down along the main straight this time they come down into top cart corner. They round there. Next one, of course, is the Coma kick. And now down on the Volvo straight. Young Ladzinski leans well forward to get best aerodynamic advantage. Takes the pass on the inside.
Reigning Win Series champion Ladzinski takes the lead. Back in third, Clark and Hunt are fighting. So's Dan, so's pole sitter Caruso.
There goes Gary Dan in 59. Behind him, David Clark in 52. They come out of that section of the circuit. 55 on 70. Young Ladzinski. Now Valander on the inside. Picks it up as they work down this time. 62 on 64. That's Luke Hines. Back to 70 and 55. And as they come down the hill for the last time, around PCR corner, Tony Valander takes the win from Ryan Ladzinski in 55 with Troy Hunt running third.
Alan Gurr, Intercontinental A, he's looking good this year. Oceania's a fantastic start. Won the pre-final. How are you going to go in the final?
It's really hard to say at the moment. If we follow on from what we did in the pre-final, we should do really well. We've made a few changes to the go-kart and the engines to see how they go. Hopefully they'll go a bit quicker, but we can't really tell until we're out there.
Roll-up laps for the Caltex M4 Intercontinental A Oceania 99 Championship. And as they come down the hill and around PCR corner, we should get a start this time.
And it's Alan Gurr who's taken the jump. McFadden very close behind, and Brendan Mays grabbed third just behind them.
As they work out of top cart corner and down through Coma Kink for the first time, we've got Barclay Holden on screen at this stage. Alan Gurr leads them down with McFadden in second position.
Barclay Holden having a fight there with fellow Queenslanders Matthew Muller and Bradley Brown. Behind them another Queenslander, Chris Gilmore. It's all very close at this stage, but Gurr's really trying to make that break on McFadden. May's not letting him get away, and Whincup as the reigning Australian champion. Hey, he's not going to make it easy.
They come out of the S's this time and they work up Recreation Hill. Alan Gurr with an inside pass move there made by Brendan May. He gets it too. In behind him now, the 113 cart. And of course that's Jamie Whincup. They come down the hill. Around PCR corner this time. Oh, we've got one out on the outside, and that's Brendan May as Barclay Holden closes in behind him.
Brendan May shouldn't be doing things like that. He's getting a little bit wide, a little bit early. But I think he'll get his act together. He'll start to run right back up to the back of that pad.
Down along the Volvo straight they work once more. Brendan May inside. Neil McFadden this time, one back. And in behind them as they work out this time, it's still Brendan May with Neil McFadden in behind him. Through the S's they come this time. And up towards Recreation Hill, Neil McFadden with an inside pass, picks it up beautifully. Works around the double apex corner, and it looks like Barclay Holden looking for a pass on Brendan May also.
McFadden's just pointed forward there saying, well, hang on, let's not get caught up early fighting. Let's make a run to the front because Alan Gurr's going to get away. You've noticed there Bradley Brown picking up on two wheels. That's grip. There's a lot of rubber down, and those carts are just picking wheels up in the corners. What a fight. Look at this.
Barclay Holden in 115, moves down into Eastern Creek Loop this time, rolls up on two wheels, and also Brendan May starts to run over the back of him in the 123 cart, has sustained damage on the front of his cart. Now we go back to the 107 cart, behind him the 113 cart, and of course that's Jamie Whincup on screen at the moment. They come down The Volvo straight once more. Work into the braking area for Eastern Creek Loop this time. 1 and 2 now. Jamie Whincup rolls up onto 2 wheels. But it's still Alan Gurr in 107. Jamie Whincup in 113, holding down second position as they work their way out of the Caltex M4Ss. And they set themselves off the bottom of the start, finishing straight this time. McFadden in 118, just behind Jamie Whincup.
I've got to say at this stage, Jeff, it looks a little bit like Whincup struggling. He's a better driver than this, and I don't think he'd be very impressed with having the junior Australian champion drive past. I think those tyres are starting to go off a little bit. The cart's pushing into the corners. It's not going around like he wants it to, and Alan Gurr's just disappeared. Testament to that, look at this. He's had McFadden pass him. Now he's got Barclay Holden and Matthew Muller right on his tail.
Muller in the 109 cut, the last of that little trio as they go down towards our camera this time. Barclay Holden in 113. And you're right, there's no doubt about it. The 115 card of Barclay Holden on the outside. The 113 card of Jamie Whincup struggling as Barclay Holden gets a bump and moves in past him. And as they set themselves through Caltex M4Ss this time, Alan Gurr in 107 leading comfortably as he works his way towards the finish of this one. He comes up to the hill, looks over his left shoulder. He realises that he's fairly comfortable, and as he comes off the double apex corner, he works down the hill, and he will pick up the checkered flag. He goes right and left. He finishes, goes down to PCR corner for the last time and takes the checkered flag. Second position, Neil McFadden. Third place to Barclay Holden.
The first corner I got bit of a gap. Jamie stayed, caught me for a bit, and then I don't know what happened to his card. He just suddenly dropped back and Neil passed him, and I had a reasonably large gap and just held it and kept everything cool. The chassis was terrific, and then all the way to the end there was no problems at all, and it just was fast all the way.
If you're away from home on polling day, take the tear-off section in your elector guide with your name, address and electoral district printed on it. It helps make absentee voting quicker and easier and make sure your vote counts. Any questions? Call the hotline.
If you're sniffing around for extra value, things are looking up. With the Daewoo Nubira X Series, you won't pay any extra for air conditioning, alloy wheels, a CD player, spoiler, and with Daewoo Free Care, 3 years scheduled servicing.
From only $19,250, the Nubira X Series available from David Iverack Daewoo Dubbo, O'Connor Daewoo Bathurst, and Orange Daewoo Molong Road.
Your mission is to save Ant Island. You're an ant. But what an ant! From Disney Pixar, A Bug's Life. Now kick some bug.
A good advertising campaign is a good investment. What makes all these commercials so good? What's the secret to their success? They've all enjoyed great results on 10 Capital. Our sales and production professionals will set your business soaring. Call your closest 10 Capital sales team today.
We had some little problems, really not much, but I think it's better to save the tires, and that's why we came in like after 4 laps. And I think now we have the advantage to have better tires, but we have to start like last. But I think we have the possibility to come to the 5th place or something.
And of course, Jeff, not only is Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway one of the world's leading sprint kart facilities, it was also originally set up for corporate and hire kart purposes. The average person can come along, grab a race suit, grab a helmet, and experience karting for themselves.
They certainly can.
Excellent, guys. Come and visit. Well, I'm very impressed, actually. For a start, I think this is a magnificent facility here. It's the best go-karting circuit I've actually been to. Most of them are all too small.
We're in roll-up mode, ladies and gentlemen, for the Volvo Formula A here, Oceania 99. They come down the hill. They work around PCR corner. We'll get a start this time.
Belander off from the start. He's got the jump on reigning Australian champ Ledzinski. Hunt's looking for a way through just inside Dan. Chris Cox there. Scott Logan a little bit wide into the first turn.
Down through top cart corner. They work through Coma Kink this time onto the Volvo straight. Oh, Mark Winterbottom gets wide on the exit side of that. Have a look at the vision from the helmet cam, and there is Troy Hunt moves in and takes over the lead as they go down to Eastern Creek Loop for the first time. In second position as they come out there now, it's Tony Valander from Finland. In behind him, the 59 cart from South Australia, and that is Gary Dan. They come out of Caltech's M4Ss and work up the hill. Oh, inside.
Nice.
Have a look at that footage from the head cam as they come around, and it's still Valander. Behind him, Troy Hunt in 65. The 59 cart, no change there at this stage. Gary Dan as they work down through PCR corner. Down along the start finishing straight they come.
Best of the rest is Chris Cox. Troy Hunt looks like he's trying very hard to get past Tony Valander there. Valander looks a little bit awkward at the moment. The cart's not sitting quite right.
Troy Hunt moves to the outside out of the slipstream, looks to go past him, does so. Moves up one on Valander at this stage as they hammer the brakes going down into Eastern Creek Loop this time. They come out, Caltex M4Ss, and the 65 cart of young Troy Hunt continues to master this one. He leads them as they work right and left and right. Fourth position, that's Luke Hines from England.
I'll tell you what, further back in the pack, both David Clark and Ryan Ledzinski have dropped well back. I don't know what's going on further back there, Jeff.
We work them this time as they go down into Eastern Creek Loop once more. Oh, watch the South Australian. Gary Dan makes a move up and takes one up and puts a position up on young man as we move up to the top of the hill this time. 67, Bevan. No. Ryan Ledzinski up and over.
That was an awkward move.
Watch it on the slow-mo. Watch it on the slow-mo. Kick. Up, almost over, upside down. Oh, and he throws it down, and he says, thank goodness.
That's the end of Chris Cox as well, the 1997 Intercontinental A Oceania champion. He's out of the race.
I'm down, he says. Thank goodness we go back. There's Luke Hines in 64. Behind him, Tony Valander. 52 is David Clark, the Australian.
Here he comes.
As they work this time through Caltex M4, he has a quick look over his shoulder. Oh, Gary Dan also in trouble. Wide here, look at this. It looks like Mark Winterbottom, but Gary Dan comes back with the 53 card of Mark Winterbottom all over the backside. 67 is Brendan Dive as they work through Caltex M4Ss once more. And there is Luke Hines. Behind him is David Clark in 52. Down into the braking area. Around the Eastern Creek Loop once more. Sideways. Oh, gets it. Does David Clark in 52. Luke Hines says, I didn't even see where he came from. Down the hill around PCR corner once more. Brendan Dive in 67. Squeezes inside and picks up the pass on the South Australian. And of course, that's Gary Dan.
Tony Valander starting to pick up the pace a little bit there now after some early slow laps. It's really starting to come on strong. You notice that also Mark Winterbottom, William Yarwood and the pulse card of Wesley May starting to come through as well.
The young man from England, Luke Hines in 64, continues to lead a little group of three. Behind him, Brendan Dive in 67. Up Revolution Hill, and the Finn man, the man from Finland. Tony Valander says, give me an inside shot, waves as he goes down the hill.
Thanks, mate. That was great. Let me through.
And we'll be back with more action from the Volvo Formula A here at Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway and the Oceania 99.
Which four-wheel drive gives you the safety of control track, twin airbags, and ABS as standard? Ford Explorer from $39,990 with air.
What's the most familiar sign on Australia's roads? With over 500 member locations, this is a familiar sign for anyone who loves a good, clean, comfortable and affordable night's rest. Our new central reservation system means you only have to call one number to book ahead. Spend a night, not a fortune.
Although Duff Creek has always been home to the onion, locals are only too aware that it's also the home of onion breath. Until now, thanks to longer-lasting PK, there's a change in the air. The clean, fresh taste of PK lasts even longer. so your breath stays fresh even longer. PK for even longer lasting fresh breath.
To keep you safe on the roads this Easter, Bridgestone tyre centres are rolling out tyres at amazing prices, like tyres from only $99 to suit large family cars. That's confidence with a capital B.
If you're away from home on polling day, take the tear-off section in your elector guide with your name, address and electoral district printed on it. It helps make absentee voting quicker and easier and make sure your vote counts. Any questions? Call the hotline.
Coming up on 10, join Bill McDonald for all the action from the alleys on AMS 10-pin bowling. That's next on Sunday Sport.
Welcome back to Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway. This, the final of the Volvo Formula A.
Hunt's leading Clark, Hines, Verlander and Dive. Well, actually he was leading Dive. Brendan Dive's out.
There goes 53, of course, that's Mark Winterbottom. 68 is
William Yarwood.
William Yarwood putting up a great performance in behind him. The 60 cart starting to slow. That's Michael Caruso. The 63 cart is Vrooman from Belgium.
Vrooman said earlier, you saw the interview, that he was going to pull in early in the pre-final to conserve his tyres. Has his moved? Whoa!
2 wheels up in the air. 61, Pine, as he works his way through Volvo. Then goes the next one through. That's Winterbottom. Behind him is Vrooman in 63. They come out onto Sport and Rec Straight, and it looks like Winterbottom has given Bruno Vrooman the opportunity to go through. He has. 68, Yarwood putting it all together here in the final as he goes down to the PCR corner and goes for an inside squeeze. Gets the inside pass on the 59 card of Gary Dan. The 64 card, the Englishman, is Luke Hines.
Bruno Vrooman, of course, round 2 winner in the European Championship last year. Hines, the round 3 winner. Vrooman's come through on Gary Dan. That's a surprise. Gary Dan doesn't leave the door open very often.
Followed William Yarwood through the bottom as they come into the Caltex M4S's this time. Yarwood, Vrooman. Oh, have a look at that. And that's what you'll get if you go up to Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway and hire one of their cars.
You can experience this firsthand. It might not quite be as fast and you might not see so much of David Clark, but by golly, you'll enjoy your race.
David Clark is 52, got an inside pass on Troy Hunt, but have a look at this fabulous footy from the head cam as they work out this time. Down along the Volvo
straight around the outside. Straight around the outside. That's sheer horsepower out of the engine that Troy Hunt's got there. He's just past David Clark like he's sitting still.
Down through Caltex M4S's once more, and it is still the 65 cart. But oh, have a look how close the 52 cart is. David Clark goes past, and you've watched it all on head cam as they work down the bottom of the hill. This is the hill I was telling you about. They kick left and right, left and right. They go down through PCR corner. Now they're on the straight at the bottom. They go over the start-finishing line and work in for another lap.
David Clark's a little bit concerned that approaching them in third. There he is, the Finnish driver, Tony Villander. He's seen him coming. He just waved today to... here he goes. He's waving again. Let's go. Get out of here. We've got to get out of here.
Excellent stuff, and it's still Troy Hunt from David Clark in 52. The Finland man, and of course that's Tony Villander as they come out of Eastern Creek loop this time. And once more, they work through the Caltex M4S's. Up the hill, Recreation Hill, and yes,
got him again.
Gets it back again, and and Villander follows him through. They work down the hill, you're getting footage once more from Troy Hunt.
You don't leave the door open like that. Well, he didn't leave the door open. These guys are just so good at their art. They can manage to find holes where holes don't exist. And Tony Villander's just locked onto the back of David Clark and followed him through.
Down through Tamer Kink this time, down along Volvo straight, a quick look over the right shoulder from Tony Villander as he moves out of the slipstream. Oh, Hunt follows him through. 2 passes, and Clark goes back from first to third.
I've said it again, the horsepower that Tamer Kink's got is unbelievable. He's just pulled straight past David Clark, and he's almost got Tony Villander, but Villander's off. He's making a bit of a break here. It's not bad from falling back to 10th towards the early part of the race. He's come back on gangbusters.
Volvo straight once more, and they come down into the Eastern Creek loop once more, ladies and gentlemen, and 52 on screen now. Now Villander from Finland. Oh, have a look at Troy Hunt. He looks like a Martian with that thing on the top of his skull. That's a camera, and he's giving you some action shots as they work this one down into Eastern Creek loop once more. There it is, as I spoke just a moment or two ago. Villander just in front, and Troy Hunt with the head cam just showing you what sort of action you can expect if you want to go and hire a car from Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway anytime during the week.
any time during the week. Rain, hail or shine, it doesn't matter.
Rain, hail or
They'll
shine.
all be out running around at Eastern Creek International Karting Raceway.
The double apex corner at the top. They come down the hill once more, and it's Troy Hunt who's the lead in the series, with David Clark sitting in behind him, and the man from Finland, Tony Valander, leads them across the start-finishing line once more. They go off the kink this start. They work down into top card corner. They go through Coma Kink, and once more out on the Volvo straight.
Troy Hunt's going to pull out. He's going around again. How does he do it? That's just blown him away. 130 k's plus down at the end of that magnificent Volvo straight, and these boys don't even think that's fast. They just love it as they come down through Caltex M4S's once more. Troy Hunt with the man in 70 all over his earth bar. And of course, David Clark saying, let's make this a threesome as they run up to the top. Oh, little touch as they go into the top. And oh, inside with Valander. And I tell you what, Clark takes it as well. I tell you what, the crowd's going even more crazy than you are, Jim.
5,000 on Pepsi Hill, and they said, isn't this good value?
Oh, they love it, and they parochial. Every time the Australians hit the front, they go right on.
Valander gets all sideways, hung up as he goes down into top card corner. David Clark won't give him an inch. They kick right and left through Rory. Come on, the side over to Troy and says, go past me in the 65 yard, and he does.
I think David Clark's just left the door open there for Troy Hunt. He said, mate, look, you've got the best chance to get this guy. We've got to beat him. You go for it. Try and take the win.
This is the last lap, ladies and gentlemen, of the Volvo Formula A for the Oceania 99. They work out of the Caltex M4S's. They come up Recreation Hill. They set themselves for the double apex corner. Clark looking for an outside run. Can't get it. They work down the hill. You watch it. Valander raises his hand. He knows he's won the race. And he goes down and he works down through the PCR corner and takes the win. Valander first, Hunt second, David Clark third, and fourth home is Luke Hines from England.
I knew the car was starting to slide a little bit, was starting to run out of tyres, so I started looking behind and I started seeing this white car catching me, and I knew who it was. And when he caught me, he helped me a bit through the corners, and I helped him down the straight, but we couldn't get away from Valander. He caught us and took the lead, and not much we could do about it.
Every time you win, it's fantastic. It's hard work. When you race, you have to be 100%, and that's sometimes you get very tired and to do the same things many 20 times a year, but every time you win, it gives you a power to continue and go on.
In 10 News tonight, the battle for Baywatch is over.